Evidence of prehistoric megatrees in a 150-pound amber drop by LS Larkey. The Earth's ancient forests were once dominated by colossal trees, the likes of which have no parallel in today's world. These gigantic botanical titans may seem like something out of a myth or legend, but compelling evidence suggests that they did exist and towered over the prehistoric landscape. The proof of their existence is encapsulated in a remarkable artifact, a 150-pound amber drop whose size and mass defy the capabilities of modern trees. This chapter delves into the analysis of this extraordinary piece of amber, arguing that it is a remnant of a time when trees were vastly larger and more prolific in resin production than anything we observe today. This discussion also integrates the gravitational theory of LS Larkey, which redefines gravity not as an attractive force, but as a pushing force resulting from the interaction between the subtle magnetic field and the relative vacuum of space. This theory suggests that in the past the nature of gravity was such that it allowed animals and plants to grow to enormous sizes, far beyond what is possible today. Amber, the fossilized tears of ancient giants. Amber, the fossilized resin of ancient trees, provides a window into the distant past. Typically found in small fragments or drops, amber forms when resin exuded by trees undergoes a process of polymerization and hardening, eventually turning into the solid golden material we know today. Most amber pieces we encounter are only a few centimeters in size, corresponding to the relatively small resin production of modern trees. However, the discovery of a 150-pound amber drop presents an enigma that challenges our understanding of tree biology, paleobotany, and the conditions under which these ancient trees grew. This massive amber drop, weighing 68.2 kilograms, 150.35 pounds, dwarfs the typical resin output of contemporary trees. To put this into perspective, the largest living trees today, such as the coastal redwoods of California, which reach diameters of up to 26 feet, produce resin drops that are rarely more than 1/4 of a centimeter in size. A 0.25 centimeter resin drop might seem insignificant, but when scaled up, it becomes clear that a tree capable of producing a 150-pound amber drop would need to be of unimaginable proportions. Moreover, the amber in question is estimated to be between 20 and 30 million years old, dating back to the Miocene epoch. This period, known for its warmer climate and extensive forests, provides the temporal context in which such megatrees could have thrived. The amber drop was discovered in a lignite mine near the town of Gunung Tua in northern Sumatra, a region that was once part of an extensive tropical rainforest system. This significant find is now housed in the Museum of Amber, a department of the Museum of Gdansk in Poland, where it serves as a testament to the incredible scale of ancient flora. LS Larkey's gravitational theory mitigated gravity and the growth of megatrees. According to LS Larkey's gravitational theory, gravity as we understand it is not an attractive force, but rather a pushing force generated by the interaction between the subtle magnetic field and the relative vacuum of space. This interaction creates pressure differentials that result in the gravitational effects we observe. Larkey's theory proposes two potential scenarios that could have led to reduced gravity on Earth in the distant past. Mitigated relative vacuum of space. If the vacuum of space was more mitigated millions of years ago, the density of space around Earth could have been higher, leading to a reduction in the gravitational force experienced on the planet's surface. This reduction in gravity would have allowed organisms, including trees, to grow much larger than they do today, because the force pushing them downward would be significantly weaker. Alternatively, or in conjunction with a mitigated vacuum, if Earth's magnetic field was stronger in the past, it could have interacted with the relative vacuum of space in such a way that reduced the effective strength of gravity. This stronger magnetic field might have also provided additional environmental protection, creating conditions favorable for the growth of massive life forms. In both scenarios, the reduced gravity would allow for the development of extraordinarily large organisms, including the megatrees that could produce such enormous amber deposits. These trees would have faced fewer structural limitations, as the weaker gravity would have made it easier to support their massive trunks and transport water and nutrients to great heights. The mathematical argument, scaling up resin production. To understand the enormity of this ancient tree, we need to consider the relationship between the size of a resin drop and the size of the tree that produced it, taking into account the mitigated gravity proposed by LS Larkey. Let's consider a modern redwood, which has a diameter of about 26 feet and can produce a 0.25 centimeter resin drop. The 150-pound amber drop in question has a diameter of approximately 1.63 feet. To produce such a massive drop, the tree's resin production would need to scale up by a factor of around 7,814,000. When this scaling factor is applied to the diameter of the redwood, the required diameter of the tree that could produce a 150-pound amber drop would be approximately 5,143 feet. This result is staggering. 5,143 feet is about 50 times the diameter of the largest modern trees. However, under the conditions proposed by LS Larkey's theory, where gravity was significantly reduced due to the interaction of the subtle magnetic field and relative vacuum of space, such a massive tree becomes more plausible. With less gravity to contend with, these trees could have grown to extraordinary sizes far beyond what is possible today. The ecological context, a world of megaflora. The Earth's prehistoric environment was vastly different from the world we inhabit today. During periods like the Miocene epoch, the planet was home to lush forests filled with trees that were much larger than those that exist now. These ancient forests were dominated by species capable of producing enormous quantities of resin, likely as a defense mechanism against the abundant life forms of their era. The existence of megaflora is well documented through fossil records. Petrified forests, coal beds, and fossilized plant remains all point to a time when the Earth's flora was of a scale that is difficult to imagine today. The 150-pound amber drop fits within this context as a relic of these ancient forests, providing tangible evidence that trees of extraordinary size once existed. The giant tree theory mountains as ancient tree stumps. Building on this understanding of prehistoric megaflora, a speculative theory has emerged that posits many of today's mountains and mesas were once ancient colossal trees. Proponents of this theory argue that the distinctive flat-topped mesas and certain mountain ranges resemble the stumps of ancient trees, suggesting that these were once part of enormous tree-like structures that reached unimaginable heights. For example, Devil's Tower in Wyoming, USA is often cited as a prime example of an ancient tree stump. The structure's columnar jointing and overall shape bear a resemblance to the cellular structure of wood, leading some to speculate that it could be the remains of a tree trunk that stood miles high. While mainstream science attributes formations like Devil's Tower to volcanic activity and erosion, the giant tree theory challenges these explanations, proposing that these structures are fossilized remnants of prehistoric megatrees. According to LS Larkey's gravitational theory, the reduced gravity in the past caused by the interaction between the SMF and RVS would have allowed these megatrees to grow to such enormous sizes. The tree responsible for the 150-pound amber drop might have been part of this ancient forest of giants. If such trees once existed, they would have dominated the landscape, towering over everything else and producing resin in quantities that modern trees could never match. The scale of these trees, as suggested by the theory, could explain the existence of massive amber deposits like the one found in Sumatra. Amber as a time capsule: insights into prehistoric life. Amber is more than just fossilized resin. It's a time capsule that preserves biological material from millions of years ago. Inside amber, paleontologists have discovered insects, plant matter, and even small vertebrates perfectly preserved in a moment frozen in time. The large size of the 150-pound amber drop suggests that the tree it came from was producing vast quantities of resin, possibly as a defense mechanism against the abundant life forms of its era. This resin could have trapped a multitude of organisms, offering insights into the ecosystem in which these giant trees thrived. The presence of such a large amber deposit indicates that the tree's environment was one where resin production was a vital survival strategy, possibly due to the tree's immense size and the need to protect itself from damage or infestation on a much larger scale than what we see today. Implications for paleobotany rethinking the limits of tree growth. The discovery of the 150-pound amber drop forces us to reconsider the upper limits of tree growth in Earth's history. It suggests that the largest trees of the past were not only taller, but also had much greater girths than previously thought. These trees would have had to support a massive amount of biomass, including extensive root systems and canopies that stretched far wider than any modern tree. The sheer size of these ancient trees would have had profound effects on their surrounding environment, influencing everything from soil composition to the local climate. Paleobotanists and geologists must now account for the existence of such megatrees when reconstructing ancient ecosystems. The scale of these trees implies that they played a dominant role in their habitats, possibly serving as keystone species that shaped the structure and function of entire ecosystems. This challenges the current understanding of prehistoric plant life and opens up new avenues of research into the factors that allowed such giants to thrive. The giant tree theory, while speculative, adds an intriguing layer to this discussion. If we entertain the possibility that some of today's mountains and mesas are indeed ancient tree stumps, it suggests that the scale of Earth's ancient flora was far beyond anything we've imagined. The implications of this are profound, as it would require a radical rethinking of our planet's natural history and the processes that have shaped its surface. Conclusion: the legacy of Earth's ancient giants. The 150-pound amber drop is more than just a geological curiosity. It is a powerful piece of evidence that points to a time when the Earth was home to trees of unimaginable size. These megatrees, likely long extinct, left behind clues to their existence in the form of massive amber deposits, challenging our understanding of the natural world. As we continue to study these remnants of the past, we gain a deeper appreciation for the diversity and complexity of Earth's ancient ecosystems. The existence of such giant trees is a testament to the incredible forces of nature that have shaped our planet's history. By examining the evidence left behind in amber, we can begin to piece together the story of these prehistoric titans and the world they inhabited, offering a glimpse into a past that was truly larger than life. The inclusion of LS Larkey's gravitational theory provides a compelling framework for understanding how such giant trees could have existed. By redefining gravity as a pushing force created by the interaction between the SMF and RVS, the theory suggests that the Earth's ancient environment was uniquely suited to support life forms of extraordinary size. The amber found in a lignite mine in northern Sumatra, now housed in the Museum of Gdansk in Poland, may be the key to unlocking this ancient mystery, challenging us to look at our world with new eyes and reconsider the boundaries of what we know about Earth's history.